Now joined by Satyaki Raghunath, who is from Bangalore International Airport. Great to speak to you. You've been talking at the conference and spending some time here. Well, tell me first of all about the airport. What's going on there in terms of you and your growth?
So I think we've had some sensational growth over the course of the last few years. We've recovered completely from COVID, and this year we've grown by about 15% overall. And we hit our busiest year ever. So we've had just under 42 million passengers for the financial year and about 500,000 metric tons of cargo. So we are super excited. We completed a $2 billion investment about a year and a half ago, and we are growing so fast with another 15% or roughly between 13 and 15% forecast for this year that we are actually embarking on another $2 billion investment, and that's just kicked off. And over the course of the next 5 years, we will be investing in new terminal facilities, additional apron and taxiway infrastructure, more stands, and refurbishment of our older terminal, and access, so roads, metro rail connectivity to stations, and a lot of other infrastructure and utilities and landside, etc., across the airport. So, very exciting times, challenging, but I think in a good way. So really happy about it.
And what's driving this? Is it about you being the destination, or you being the hub, or a bit of both?
I think it's a combination of factors. I think the first thing is India as a country is sort of moving up from a GDP perspective. I think more and more Indians are wanting to travel, and that's fueling part of the growth. South India in particular has about 18% of the population, but 32% of India's GDP, and I think that's a second reason. Bangalore as a city has always been an incredibly vibrant city, and over the course of the last 25 years, it's been the Silicon Valley of India, the startup capital of India, the aerospace capital of India. So I think all of those have meant that the demand has risen. The fact that I think we have world-class infrastructure at Bangalore Airport, and the fact that two airlines now, Indigo and the Air India Group, both do a significant amount of hubbing through Bangalore, really helps us. And I think along with our airline partners over the course of the last 5 years, we've connected so many new cities also. We now have over 100 destinations connected to Bangalore Airport, about 75 destinations domestically, and we're going to start our 34th international destination. So I think all of this has meant that naturally more and more people are traveling through the airport. Connectivity is better, hubbing is easier. We have a significant amount of domestic connectivity, domestic to domestic, but we're also starting to see a fairly good traction on I2D and D2I. And I think that will continue to grow as well.
And that growth, the growth you're talking about sounds really exciting. It's good. It's great to hear about it. How are you making sure that growth is modern growth, and therefore it appeals to the modern passenger coming through? That this isn't just about getting people through the airport; it's about the experience of being there.
So I think, as an airport operator, we've always focused on two things. One is operational efficiency, which is the core of our business, to make sure that passengers can get through the terminals as quickly as possible, aircraft can get down, turned around and out as quickly as possible, and provide world-class infrastructure in a very safe and secure environment for them to do so. I think the second aspect is, again, customer experience and hospitality. I think, and I'm not trying to blow our own trumpet here, but I think we do a really good job. And Asia in general and India in particular does a phenomenal job of hospitality. And I think we've taken the best parts of the Indian hospitality into what we deliver at the airport. And we believe we have two fundamental traits: a pioneering sort of spirit in terms of innovation and doing new things from a technology perspective or a process perspective, and something that we call institutionalized empathy. And that is something, institutionalized sensitivity, which is something that we believe we bring through in the way we deal with our customers, partners, ecosystem players, and passengers. So at the end of the day, I think passengers like going through Bangalore Airport because they get a great experience. We've got world-class lounges, we've got a world-class terminal now. We've got one terminal that is 4-star rated, and a second terminal that's just been audited, and I'm hoping we'll know more today. But fundamentally, I think we've got great facilities, great airline partners, and Bangalore as a city is young, vibrant, with a lot of people who want to travel, and I think that works in our favor. But it's a destination today not just for people who are flying. So we've got so much going on outside the terminals, for instance, that people come from the city, and we're developing a lot around the terminals. We're doing an airport city development as well, and all of that has kicked off over the course of the last 5 years, which meant that more and more people are coming to the airport not just to fly, but as a destination itself. We do concerts, we do fashion shows. So I think there's a buzz that's been created over the last few years, and I think that's also working in our favor.
That's really interesting to hear. It as we're going to the airport. We're not going anywhere. We're just having a great time. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're on a panel here at the conference, weren't
Yes.
you? Again, broadly talking about growth.
Yes.
What was your sense then, aside from sort of your experience? Is it happening everywhere? Is this the industry on the up?
So I was sharing a panel with two CEOs and two COOs on growth in the Middle East and the Asia Pacific. We had people from Doha, Riyadh airports, Cebu Mactan, the new Navi Mumbai airport, and myself. And all of us were thinking about what the challenges and opportunities were going to be in these markets as you scale. Because Asia is going to be the center of aviation at least for the next 10 or 15 years, with all the orders placed by the airlines and the new aircraft coming in. And the discussion was centered around how do you maintain that level of service, how do you maintain that operational efficiency, how do you maintain that world-class standard in an operational environment when you're having to deliver infrastructure so quickly to cope with that growth. And also think about things like airspace, which is going to be very restricted, which is potentially something that could hamper growth, or human capital, because you're scaling so quickly. Do you have enough people? Do you have enough skilled sort of staff? So on and so forth. And I think those sorts of discussions are always very interesting. The impact of AI and what technology could do over the next few years, how we could collaborate better, and things like that. So I think it's just been a very, very interesting discussion, as always. This is my 21st year at PTE. And I sometimes think I'm part of the furniture, but the nice part is every time you come, you learn something new, you meet people across the industry, you meet old friends, you make new friends. And every time I come here, the other thing that also happens is that, there's something that triggers a thought when you go back, that you can do something differently. And you can sort of think about what somebody else is doing or take clues from that and maybe do something better. I think we are in an environment where we constantly strive to do something different and try to differentiate ourselves and try and be better. And I think this is a great place to come and sort of see what's going on and learn from your peers and your counterparts and sort of, the established industry players and sort of get to be the best in the world.
Perfect. Well, can't say better than that. We'll leave it there. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Toby.